Long time no see, old friend. It has been a while since we last met. I was starting to question if you would make it in time. But as always, you did. And to be quite frank with you, I'm glad that you did. It's an honor and a pleasure to spend my waiting moments with an old friend like you. Oh, my dear friend. That's not how this works at my age. Your body grows weak, and the places you can go and the things you can do become smaller and smaller. First by the year, then by the month, then the weeks, until you feel like the end is right around the corner. But I suppose it also gives you closure and certainty that this is it, where it should end. And yes, I know we are of similar age, but what does that even mean? Age. When you're immortal, like yourself, it does become a bit of a meaningless number, doesn't it? I'm well aware of all these arguments, the benefits of immortality. I've had them spin in my head ever since that day we decided to walk different paths. There have been times when I was plagued with regret, contemplating all the things I would miss, all the people I would never meet, all the things I would never see with my own eyes. But there have also been good times when I was happy with my decision. It allowed me to appreciate the moment, to not see time as an enemy or some obstacle to overcome, but as a friend. It makes you realize that everything is temporary in one way or another. It's the natural order of things. Everything has a beginning and an end that it's been designated to speak. And even inanimate objects like stone are not eternal. They too get eroded away over time. They just have a much longer time to fill. Not even you, with your immortality, are gonna stay around forever. And even if you would, what does one gain from drifting for thousands of years? Is it really a positive experience at that point? Ah, yes. All the things you can do. Ruling the world. Becoming the richest person. Have every lover you could ever desire. But in the end, what would it all really do? For me, the issue with living forever is that after some time, nothing is special anymore. You will have experienced all the emotions that are there to have. Nothing will be new anymore. History does repeat itself, as they say. The specifics might be different, but the base, the fundamentals, will always be the same. And once you realize this, they become bland, boring. Revolutions, they just become the flavor of the week. But there are just so many flavors, and eternity has a lot of weeks. It's just the big things, of course, but also the small things. You start to lose interest in them. They lose their spice, so to speak. For instance, an exquisite wine, once you've enjoyed it for decades, I feel you'd grow to despise it. And then, what to think of humanity? You being a vampire, when humanity's not around anymore. What will you drink? What will you eat? How will you entertain yourself for thousands of years? Still the same stubborn old bat, huh? You see, food and entertainment won't be the only thing that becomes bland over time. Think about your loved ones. What I used to be. You will live, but they will die, which leaves you with two options. Either stopping to feel anything for them, making love itself obsolete, or living every relationship to the fullest, embracing all the emotions and then slowly seeing your loved ones fade away, one after the other. Your wives, then your children, then your grandchildren, and so on. And with every loss, something inside you will die, despite the immortality, because you still feel every end of a life that will cause pain. Then maybe you'll think to yourself, I just won't have a family then. Well, you know as well as I do, you still work like me. You will crave company, eventually. It's what defines us. We are not solitary. We always live and move together. You may deny it at first, maybe even make it a few centuries without it. But life becomes dull, meaningless. The purpose of living forever fading away once you finally cave in, returning to civilization, mankind. You will make connections again. Maybe not family, but you will make friends and occasional lovers, and the cycle starts again. You may be able to make others immortal. You may be able to turn them to what you are, but nothing will change. Immortality is nothing that is easily obtained. Nothing that you can just pick up like a flower on the field. You know as well as I do that you can bypass a lot of the pain that it causes for whoever you so choose to turn, but you know as well as I do that immortality corrupts people. It would make them evil, or at the very least good. Who's to say they wouldn't turn against you? I admire your thought process and your ingenuity, but what would it solve? You would just doom more people to your own fate. Despite what they all claim, at some point every word will have been spoken, every thought exchanged, until at some point you will all be together, and yet be so lonely, like no one ever was. Knowledge. Knowledge will be temporary over such a long time span. New facts and ideas will be born, old ones will be forgotten, in an endless cycle, like the one of water, raining from the sky, flowing downstream, reaching the ocean just to do the same thing again. And even then, if you could somehow store all the knowledge, there will always be things that have been forgotten and are lost to time. For all eternity. And every bit of information you can retain, you will need to archive, sort, categorize, and to make usable somehow, so that the information is not locked there forever. So, I know you're smart, so we're gonna assume that. Then what after this? You have all this information, but what does it do for you? What is its purpose? Do you collect it just to have it collected? Do you collect it to ascend to godhood someday? What would you do with it? Storing it would be a waste. And then what would you do? Would you make a hierarchy of it? What is important and what is not? But then, what's important is subjective. You'd only be able to weigh them against each other in hindsight, after new things have happened. So what do you do then? Do you make yourself responsible for deleting information that you deemed in the moment wasn't important? The one time when we were offered immortality, you took it to protect humanity. You took it to gain knowledge. But those things that you took it to protect will become your worst enemies. And I doubt even you could live with that. But my time is soon to be over. It has been a great privilege, honor, and joy to fight, work, and live alongside you. I'm grateful for all the experiences that we got to share. Don't be sad. that it's over. Be happy for the time we spent together. After all, don't let the words and thoughts of an old fossil like me discourage your work, your ideas, your research. It wouldn't be the first time you proved me wrong. And I hope for you and everyone else that I'm wrong again. Make me proud, my friend. Show me all the possibilities I can't see or even imagine. I believe you to be the one that changes everything. Yes, you could make me immortal. That is true. But I have done all the things I have aspired to achieve. If I were a book, this would be the final chapter, and my words the last ones therein. I'll be waiting for you when the time comes. I'm sorry we couldn't work. I'll be sure to look out for you. I'll keep everyone safe that you care about once they get to me. Just know that they'll be in good hands. They'll be watching you. Focus on your tasks, and I will guide and support you whatever I can. Goodbye, old friend. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I do hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please remember to like and subscribe for more. And if you are really interested, check out some of the other audios that I've done so far. But until I see you again, have a great night, my spiders.